Hey, I'm back. So today I wanted to share a story about signs from spirit. Right? We've all been in that situation where we've wanted messages from our guides, from our family members, from our angels. There are times when we're looking for answers. So today I want to share an experience to highlight that they do listen. They do reply. It just may not be in the time frame that we're hoping. If you're like me, I have zero patience. So when I go looking for something, for answers, I'm kind of wanting it like now, right? But unfortunately, that's not how it happens most of the time, at least not in my experience. And it seems to happen, meaning the answer will come when you're least expecting it. So this may be a little bit of a long video, but I hope you'll stick around because it highlights a couple points that I'm trying to make. I am Italian, I am Irish, which means that I can never make a short story. It's just the way it is. Future videos, if I'm highlighting a topic, yeah, they may be shorter, but you might want to buckle in. This may be a little bit long. So, what I want to talk today about is the situation where I was at a crossroads with my mediumship. Um, I'm sure we've all been at the point, if you're doing this work, where you just want to turn and run away. And this point that I was at was during a I was just very frustrated. I was questioning everything. I was really asking like, what's the point of doing this? Is it worth going forward? And I remember I called in my sister who was on the other side. And if you've seen my intro videos, you can learn a little bit more about that. But I kind of went off the rails and I was kind of very, very like pissed off at the moment. And I was like, Jackie, I'm like, I have effing had it. I said, I need a sign. I said, I don't want an effing penny. I don't want an effing feather. I don't want some just insert profanity laced BS kind of sign. I need something. I need something to validate that what I'm doing is important, okay? And it's worth me putting myself through what I've been going through. So I had this tirade with her, okay? And I forgot about it. A little bit later, probably a few days later, forgot all about it. So it actually ended up being 2 weeks from this tirade that I went on that my wife and I decided to go down to the neighboring city. So we go down there because they have, a little bit of variety of different stores, restaurants, etc. So we normally go down there and we have a friend that manages one of the crystal shops. So here's some synchronicities too, right? Sometimes things are lined up for us, but we don't realize it at the time. So we normally go down on a Friday. Today, this day, we went down on a Thursday. We normally go out to eat first and then go over to the store to visit, our friend and the manager of the store. This day, we decided to eat first. We go back. See, I'm getting twisted up, but as I said in other videos, I'm not going to edit. We ended up going to the store first, and then we went to eat afterwards. So we get to the store, and as soon as we walked through the door, something was off. We could feel it. Usually you go in there, it's light, it's a crystal shop, right? There's all the good energy. But we walked in and there was just this heaviness about the shop. And there was only one other customer in the store at this time. And this young lady was over, on the right far side, from where we walked in. So we immediately go up to the counter and my friend, our friend, the manager, she was doing her work. And she's like, I'm sorry, this place is just crazy today. And I was like, I'm the crazy one. I talk to dead people. And obviously she knows what I do. As soon as I said that, this lady that was over in the corner just made a beeline for the counter. She comes up and literally like hugs me. It's like, what is happening? But she proceeds to tell me that she had been looking for somebody like me, meaning a medium, for a long time, and she was just so happy that I was there. And she goes, I want to have a session with you. And I happen to have my business cards down there, so I handed her one. I said, yeah, I'm kind of on a break right now, but yeah, please reach out. We could set something up. And again, she hugged me and thanked me. And she went back to doing what she was doing, and so did we. But as soon as she walked away, I just felt this energy step in, this male presence. Now, I got to say, I am not a medium that will just do random, in the moment, catch somebody by surprise readings. That's, to me, that's an ethical boundary that I just don't approach. I will not do that. But the energy I was feeling, I was just like, I don't know, something just, it was an impulse to like talk to her for a second. And I asked her, I said, look, I said, normally I don't do this, but would you be open to a message now? And she was like, oh my God, yes, absolutely. So I proceeded to tell her what I was experiencing. And again, I felt this male step forward, and I felt that he was taking responsibility for his passing. And I tell her this, and she immediately just dropped to the floor and just hysterically started crying, which left me just completely like, oh my God. Again, this is why we don't do this. But again, I asked her for her permission. She said yes. So she kind of calmed down a bit, and I asked my friend, I said, can we use one of your Reiki rooms? I'd like to go back and just sit down with her and, do a reading for her, because I could tell it just had to be done. So we go back there. I proceed to get into the reading, and I'm not going to go into details about it, but she validated literally everything that I was telling her. And again, I'm condensing this, okay? One, for privacy, and two, just for the brevity of this video. But after we were done, I could just feel a shift in the energy. It's like everything lightened up, right? And she looks at me and she says, this is the first time I have smiled in 2 years. She goes, I was at the end of my rope, basically. And what she was trying to tell me was that she was seriously considering ending her life. And she hugged me again, and she just said, I will always remember this day. Again, this is the best day of my life. And she just proceeded to thank me. We go out, we leave the room, we go out to the main area of the store. And my wife and my friend both said, did you feel a shift in the energy? I was like, absolutely, I did. It was just the most amazing thing. So we go to leave. We're on our way back. And I got to say, it's about an hour and a half drive back to where we live. So as we're driving, I feel my sister step in. And she sends me this thought, was that a big enough sign? When I say I lost my mind with, I can't believe you just did that, I had forgotten all about the tirade that I went on asking for a sign and whether or not I should continue this work. 2 weeks later, it happened. And it happened in a way that I don't think I could even imagine the sequence of events that happened to put me in that spot at that time. It's just, to this day, and I'm surprised I'm not getting emotional about it, because I usually do, it just floored me. So, 2 points with the purpose of this video. One, spirit, our friends, our family, our guides on the other side, they will give us answers. The second, and I think almost more importantly, is sometimes we as mediums don't realize the impact we have on people's lives by doing the work that we do. I think it's something we always have to keep mindful of or be mindful of. But that one day, and this is years ago, this is probably 7 or 8 years ago. It is still very fresh in my mind. And whenever I'm having those moments of thinking of running, like we often do, I remember that time. So, again, I just wanted to share this experience with you. I know this was a long video, but I hope that it helps you in some way. And again, thank you for listening. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for all your support. And I hope to see you again here real soon. Have a good day.